City Workman. I'm here today with Vanessa Reid, who's running for Leavenworth County Commission District 2 seat. And I'm excited to get to know you a little bit better and share what we learn with the voters. Vanessa, tell me what it's like to be Vanessa Reid.
What it's like to be Vanessa Reid? Let's see. Small business owner, 41, 2 kids, wife of 20 years, and in my 3rd year on the Leavenworth School Board.
Wow, that's great. So tell me what you love most about Leavenworth County.
What I love most about Leavenworth County are the people that I've known my whole life, the people that knew my parents when they were young. I'm 6th generation Leavenworth County, and my fondest memories are those spent on my grandfather's farm at the corner of 20th and Eisenhower.
Nice. Tell me what you've learned as a public servant and what you will take with you into that new role when you're elected.
Well, I would say that it's been kind of a whirlwind on school boards lately, but one thing I've learned is to pray for the people that I'm representing, pray for the people who think I don't well represent them, and just pray before the meetings, because I believe that God called me into that position, and I'm extremely happy to serve Him there.
That's powerful. Well, can you tell me and elaborate what you see the role of the county commissioner as?
So the county commission has several roles, and they also sit on different boards, Port Authority, Mid-American Council, and they definitely have obviously the government roles. And so what I want to focus on is the role of representation. I feel like I have not been well represented by my District 2 Leavenworth County Commissioner. And so in saying that, just today I was there this morning in person for the meeting when they were discussing how they want to raise the mill levy by 2 mills. And so I felt like they gave very little supporting information. And I think that it's always really important to remember who's at home watching that meeting late at night after everyone's gone to bed, which is when I've watched most meetings. You know, if I get a paper in the mail and I go pull up that meeting and I watch, you know, however much of it, probably some people may get a few minutes in before they're like, okay, I'm done watching this meeting. But, you know, the discussion after that was how they were gonna go buy, you know, there was several new trucks ready. So if you are, you know, in a home budget lifestyle, if you're gonna have to ask a family member for funds to pay your mortgage, you hopefully didn't just buy a new truck. And so I think that a lot of the times what we need are people who are able to just dig down and treat the county budget like all of the people that vote for county commissioners want it to be treated. There are people who are like, yeah, raise my taxes, absolutely, pave my road, you know, even if you buy a house that's on a rock road, on a gravel road. And I understand that it makes a dusty mess everywhere, it's terrible, but that takes tax dollars from the whole county. And so you have to make those considerations when you buy those roads. So I think when you buy houses on those streets. So I think we absolutely need to develop the county. I would obviously love to see every road paved that the people that live there want paved. But at the same time, we have to do things in a way that makes sense with our dollars. So I would like to see us grow business so that our tax base comes largely from that instead of so much of our personal property tax dollars off of our homes. So large supporter of growing the economy of Leavenworth County, getting business in here that we will enjoy and appreciate and support, and just broadening that tax base for Leavenworth County voters.
Okay, sounds good. Can you tell me how you anticipate doing a better job than our current District 2 Commissioner? You said you didn't feel well represented by her. How are you going to do things differently?
Well, you know, if you watched the Chamber of Commerce Forum the other night, which I intentionally did not attend because for many years it has appeared to me, and I've made this clear to those involved, that the Chamber of Commerce sadly is used politically in this town, and it's not on the right side. And so I don't feel that it well represents Republicans. And we had a full slate of Republicans or people posing to be Republicans. And so it didn't make sense for me for the chamber to do one at all. She did not attend the Republican forum, which I did because I'm running as a Republican. So I think the forum needed to stay firmly within the Republican Party. And she spent 40 seconds talking about how, she could stay at home and do various other things other than show up at a Republican meeting, even though she's running to represent the Republican Party, the people in the Republican Party, as a Republican county commissioner.
As a voter, how did that make you feel?
Well, she just said exactly how I feel without having ever spoken to her, really. So thankfully, I have relationships with Doug Smith and Mike Stephen, who are able to kind of help me understand. They've walked me through the budget, given me lots of different information over the years to study about the county commission. So any information I have to get from someone who doesn't represent my district, and we need better representation in District 2.
Sounds good. Can you tell me, so if a voter is looking at a Republican candidate, Vanessa Reid, and a Republican candidate, Vicky Cos, how are you different? If they don't know, how you're different, how would you distinctly describe yourself, or describe yourself as different from that candidate?
Well, my opponent states that she's been a registered Republican since the 70s. I have also been a registered Republican as long as I could be registered. But I would say the vast differences are, hopefully anybody that's watched my voting record on the school board, my representation, hopefully they feel well represented within the Republican Party, that my values match the Republican Party platform. I've never felt that about her. I believe that a Republican should always be about small government and trying to keep the tax burden low while offering the best community that we can have. And that's not what I see her doing. When I look around Leavenworth County, I try to see how our tax dollars are being spent. The fact that they waited until the building was falling apart, they wait until things cost them more money, just seems like they're obviously not spending money well. You don't wait to fix your car until you have a larger repair. And so you just have to do things at the right time on your way along.
So you've talked a lot about how you're a true Republican and how you see fiscal management. Can you tell me a little bit about, what specific things that you would like to see happen while you're in office?
Well, the first thing is I would like to represent District 2. And I would like the people in District 2 to understand that they now have a commissioner that they can talk to, who wants to meet them for coffee, who wants to understand their land use issue, who wants to understand road access, who wants to make sure that every decision that's made by the county is fair, put an end to lawsuits, put an end to losing lawsuits, because that implies that we've done something wrong. That's one of the interesting things that wasn't mentioned today, was over $750,000. Those are just 2 lawsuits that I know of recently that they're involved in. And so I think one was paid out at $200,000, $550,000 one is current. So why aren't they talking about these things more? Why aren't they talking about these things when they're raising tax to make people understand this is part of where their tax dollars are going? So just like my same approach with the school board is to get in and shed light on things that need to be in the light, that would be my same approach in county commission.
Sounds like you do a lot of research to prepare. Okay. Well, I have one more question for you. How will you, as an elected official, and probably as you do this now in your job as a school board member, how will you protect and preserve the Constitution? Protecting
and preserving the Constitution couldn't be anything more dear. Obviously, it's what we have. If we don't have the Constitution, if we don't have elected officials that are going to stand up for the Constitution, who are going to stand up for the founding fathers, who aren't going to put up with people talking bad about the country or its establishment, because that's what we have. We don't have to be proud of all of the ways we got there. Just like as an individual, one probably is never proud of all of the ways that you get to where you are, but you are proud of where you came from, hopefully, because you got somewhere. And that's what I think we need to do, is be proud of the country that we have, and the one way that we do that is by defending the Constitution.
And how will, I guess one more question if you don't mind, how will you protect and preserve individual freedom for our citizens?
So individual freedom to me is very similar to protecting the Constitution, because that's what spells out our freedoms as far as I'm concerned. And so if it ever came to a county commissioner to make a decision, or if there was any pressure that could be applied by a county commissioner on other governing entities in a matter of freedom, I would be on the side of freedom every time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.